Joined this morning in studio by Democratic candidate for Door County Sheriff Tammy Sternard. Thank you for joining us this morning. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Rick, for having us.
I'm going to move that just a little bit there. How's that?
Good.
Then we can actually look at each other while we talk.
Sounds good.
All right, a couple of questions for you. These are the same ones that Steve discussed yesterday. Okay. What do you think your three top priorities for law enforcement officials in Door County should be?
I think as I spent the summer traveling through the community from Union all the way to Washington Island, people want to see a safe community. So I think the top priority of a sheriff should be to make sure that we maintain that safe community for our visitors and our residents.
Okay, what are the priorities?
The other thing I think is fiscal responsibility. The sheriff's office operates on slightly over an $8 million budget, and I think keeping track of that and monitoring that closely is very important.
Sheriff's Department's probably second to what, just highway in the county?
I believe so, yes.
I think so. So, and a third priority?
And the other thing for me that's extremely important, and probably just as much as being a lieutenant, as a mother, is school safety. I think as a law enforcement agency and as a community, the children deserve to have a safe environment.
If you're elected, what's the first change you think about making in the department?
Well, I've been an administrator now for nearly the last 8 years, so I wouldn't come in and make any massive change right away. My plan would be to do what I would call an entry evaluation. I'd like to sit down with each employee, find out from their perspective what's working, what areas could we improve in. They're out there doing the job every day, so I think their input is extremely important. From there I would move on to the community, talk with business owners, community members. What's working, what's not. Where would you like us to see resources?
Sheriff Joski did a survey in Kewaunee County. Maybe he'd give you some ideas from that. He did an online survey.
Cool.
So maybe that. All right, we'll talk more with Tammy Sternard about the Democratic candidate for Door County Sheriff in just a minute. 96.7 WBDK.
Greatest job satisfaction I get is not.
Yeah, he did a really nice survey as part of that command college thing that he went to.
Yes.
College education.
And
Pete Stolman from Stolman Shop.
He was always going to send me the results. I never did see the results. To bug him about that next time I talk to him.
There you go.
He's a nice guy.
He is very nice.
They love seeing what insurance does for people like you.
Call Stolman Shop Agency in Sturgeon Bay to ensure a bright future.
One more little
because
commercial, and
insurance is
then
not
we'll
just
come back.
WBDK song title and artist on your cell phone and car radio are a service of Door County Ace Hardware.
I'm Amy Labatt of Door County Ace Hardware in downtown Sturgeon Bay. Shop us and see for yourself. More space, more items, more free advice at Door County Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware tools.
WBDK 96.7. It is 7:26, 59 degrees. And we have Tammy Sternard in the studio with us this morning. She is the Democrat running for Door County Sheriff. Her Republican opponent, Steve DeLarwell, was here yesterday. So back to a couple more questions.
All right.
All right. What accomplishment in your law enforcement career are you the most proud of?
Ooh, that's a tough question, Rick. Probably the two things that I'm probably most proud of is a couple of years ago I had the opportunity to attend an executive leadership academy for law enforcement administrators. It really gave me an opportunity to learn a lot about what it takes to lead a department. So I'm very proud of that. Also, being the first female lieutenant in our department's history is something I don't talk about a lot, but I am very proud of.
All right. And what do you think is the biggest challenge that faces law enforcement in Door County right now, and how do you tackle it?
I think right now, we talked about earlier is the fiscal responsibility. Again, this year we worked on the 2015 budget and we were asked to maintain a 0% increase. And we want to continue to provide that same high quality law enforcement services here in Door County. So I think we need to take a hard look at what's available out there, if there's any grants available, anything out in the community that can help do the operating of the department without increasing any of the expenses.
What I guess I'd like you to do now, if you would, Tammy, is just tell people a little bit about yourself, your personal life, your professional life, and why you think that you'd be the better candidate to be Door County Sheriff.
Sure. I started my career with the Sheriff's Department 21 years ago as a reserve deputy. I did that for a couple of years. Then I went on to take a full-time position. At that time, I entered the Corrections Division or the Jail Division, and that's where I've spent the majority of my career. After doing that for a couple of years, I was selected to be the officer in charge, which basically is somebody taking responsibility when a sergeant isn't available. I was promoted by Sheriff Vogel to the rank of sergeant when we went into our new Justice Center. I did that for a couple of years, and then about 8 years ago, I was promoted to the rank of lieutenant, which is my current position. Being fourth in command in the department, we are expected to be part of the administrative team, and I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to do that. I've learned so much from the leaders of our department today, so that's I guess how I got where I am today. As far as my personal life, I live out in the town of Brussels. I have 3 younger children, Brady, Sean, and Abby. They all attend Southern Door School. My oldest son, Tyler, is a United States Marine, and he's currently deployed in Afghanistan. My free time, you'll find my partner Renee and I probably watching some youth activity somewhere, sport in the community. As a family, we love to be out on the water. We love to fish. I can't say I'm a good fisherman, but I love to do it. I also ride a Harley. Unfortunately, this summer I didn't get much chance to do that, but that's one of the ways I like to spend my free time. As far as why am I the better candidate, I've worked with Steve for over 20 years. I'm not going to sit here and say anything negative about him. He's a good officer. I think we just bring different things to the office. I think my strong suit is the ability to get people to work together, and I have proven leadership. Like I said earlier, fourth in command of the department for 8 years. I know what it takes to get the job done effectively, efficiently, and help keep Door County a safe place.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming by. We certainly appreciate the time, and we're going to have you back sometime in September as well, too, as the election gets closer. You said this is the longest job interview ever, right?
Yes, it has been.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Tammy Sternard, the Democrat running for Door County Sheriff.